Welcome back to Wemblesden Park. Well, here we go, the start of the alterations to the baseboards. As you can see, I've cut away the bits that are no longer needed. This piece of wood here is the remains of the original track bed from the original layout. This was attached to a frame that was underneath that needs a new frame putting in. So these are the bits that are keeping, the rest of it's been ripped out. Here's the new frame. And that should just fit nicely in here. And then we'll attach the plywood to the top to make it bigger. Right, the frames are now screwed into place. It's nice and strong. And here is some new pieces of track bed. So this should just slide. That should just slide into there, like that. And this piece, which kind of looks like that, should just slide into there. That goes into that corner like that. So there we go. That's the new track bed. Just needs screwing down, and a bit of glue on it, and then we can proceed to the next bit. Well, it's been a couple of weeks since I first started altering the baseboards. It's been a bit too cold to work in the garage. But anyway, today I've done a little bit more. So you can see I've got the track in now. I just pinned it down and glued it. So all the track's now in. If we have a look over here, lighting's not very good today. That's where the tunnel used to fit. Now the plan was that this tunnel will actually go here. So then the front of the tunnel will kind of line up where it used to be. I really must go and get my lighting rig for Wemblesden from down the club rooms when they lift the restrictions, so I can see what I'm doing. But the idea is that you'll be able to see the trains swinging round through the tunnel like that. Over here I found some nice wood up in the loft, so I've cut these down. This will be a retaining wall. This section here is where it goes into a tunnel which will go underneath that part of my desk where the speakers sit. This front section here, this will have a top on, and this will be where there'll be like a roadway access, and then I'm going to model part of this chateau that'll sit here. The front bit there I haven't put the frame in for yet. This is to be extended along, which will be the lake side, and then if I just pull this chicken wire back down, that'll just come over the top of the tunnel like that, you see. So we're getting there slowly. Anyway, better crack on. Well, I left the glue to dry overnight, and today we're just trying to work out this corner piece now. What I have just done is jacked up my desk, so these speakers are actually sitting slightly higher now, so it's giving me more clearance there. But this is interesting. This piece of board here, some of you might actually recognise it as part of the original backdrop to the signal box on Wemblesden. This is where the bridge used to come across. The signal box would have sat here. This bit was the yard behind the signal box, which has got the brick paper still stuck on, and then that went under the station. So plan, because it's a rather nice piece of plywood, is to cut this bit about here, put a beam in across there, which will support the base for the lake, and then the back of this, once I've worked out where it's going to fit, is to contour it up for the side of the castle. And then this top piece here will have a removable section in to get access for track cleaning and that, and then there'll be the mountainside behind. So let's crack on and see how we get on with it. Well, that's the current view from my desk, just to prove it is my desk, my computer. Right, last night I did a bit more. As you can see, I've got the edge of the lake in now. This is just broken bits of insulation. It's got to be covered with plaster and painted and that yet, but I just thought I'd get it in place so I can get a rough idea of how this scenery is going to look. I'm still not convinced that this castle chateau idea might work, because what I actually want to do is to be able to sit and look down through that tunnel, so it might actually get in the way. Still got a lot to do. Like I say, I'm just trying to get an idea of what the scenery is going to look like. One idea I have had last night, which I'm going to do, is I'm going to make a removable base that'll fit over here and over here, and actually part of the tunnel. And the reason being is that if I make the full front of this removable, I can get access into there for track cleaning, and hopefully this tunnel will lift off as well, which will free up the whole area to clear the track as well. So that's kind of where we're up to at the moment. So anyway, I'm going to put the batteries for the camera back on charge and switch Facebook off, and I'm going to crack on and have a go at doing this base. I think we're getting there now with this. Well, here we go, another couple of hours. Bits of scrap Formex I found kicking around their garage. We've now got a base. And what's really cool about this is that this will actually lift out. So there we go, so we've got access now to the running lines underneath. More importantly, there's access now to this, which is good because there's a repair I have to do here. And as you can see, all of this is now one piece. So plan is now that'll just drops back into there. It's easy when you've got two hands, like. Drops into there, that'll drop into there. Build the landscape on top of that, job's a good one. Whoops. Well, the past couple of days I've been cracking on with this. It's just a shame I forgot to pick the video camera up while I was doing it, so my apologies. As you can see, I've made a start on the bottom of the mountain. This stuff in here is Kingspan insulation. I've just pulled the silver stuff off. It's stuck down with decorator's caulking, and what I've done is I've overlaid it with chicken wire. The main reason being that this base section is all removable, so I wanted to try and hold the whole thing together. And then what I've done over here is I've overlaid it with plaster. Then last night what I did is I put the tin foil over, as I did in the previous video, because I wasn't quite happy with the finish. And this morning I've took it off, it's dried, and it's actually looking much better. I'm much happier with the way this rocks come out on here. The previous version didn't look as good. What I've done as well is I've tried to mark in some cracks and indentations and stuff into the rock using a knife. One thing I have done as well is I had a look through my photos, and I was looking for a picture of a ship, a boat, to fill the front corner of this. Unfortunately, the steamship that I was going to do was going to be about 1/2 metre in length. There's no way it would have fitted the layout. But anyway, I found this one. It's a piece of cardboard. This one's about 316mm long. When I worked it out, I found a website for it, and And what's really good as well is the website's got some 3D photos, so I can actually go on and have a good look at the ship. So that's basically a cardboard cutout of where it's going to fit, so it should give you an idea of where it's going to sit on the layout. So yeah, I'm just messing on with some paint this morning, just seeing whether I can get this to look a bit like rock, but it's getting there slowly. Well, I have to say I am really impressed with how the colours are coming together with this, because I had a go at painting this yesterday and it was very brown and it just didn't look right. But anyway, for those that want to try and get the same effect, I'll just briefly show you what I'm doing. This is the normal colour of the plaster. I didn't use polyfiller, I actually just used normal finishing plaster that you get from B&Q in a big bag for like £2. Whacked that on. I was then given a coat of this, which is Velvet Mocha. This is a tester pot from Wilkinson's. I think they're about £1.20 for a pot. So it had a coat of that. It's like a pinky beigey colour. Just give it a quick dry with a heat gun, and then literally all I'm doing here is just using normal black acrylic. Again, there you go, just normal black acrylic. It was quite runny. Just put a little blob on there, and then I've just got a little tub here full of water. And basically all you do, if I can just swap hands with the camera, you just take some of this mixture, right, and then if you put it on, you just watch how it runs into the cracks. So dab a bit of the diluted black in there, look, okay, and then if you kind of just dab the water over the top, you see how the colours kind of run down. It's probably been easier if I'd had the camera on a tripod, but you get the gist. So there you go, just give it a good going over like that, and then you just keep adding the water. As you can see, the dark paint just runs to the bottom, fills in all the cracks and gives you this nice rock effect. So what you can do is just pick up this very runny mixture and then apply it further along like that. So again, just dab it in with a brush. Go. And then like I say, if you want to lighten it up a little bit, add a little bit of water. And just let the water run down like that. So I see how it highlights all the little cracks and everything that's in the rock. It looks quite effective. A bit more down here. So try and keep the camera still this time. So yeah, just pack a load of that on. And there you go. That's how you colour your rocks. Well, I've added a little bit of brown to the mountain as well as the black, just to give it a little bit more texture. Doesn't look too bad actually. Should look okay when we get the clear resin in for the water. So there you go, it's kind of where we're up to at the moment. Well, I think we'll probably leave this video about here for the time being. Just put a little bit of greenery on just to get an idea of what it's going to look like, but overall I'm really happy with how this is progressing. Should look pretty cool with the rest of the mountain up there. Want to decide how high it's going to be, of course. Just have a quick walk round. Right, so there we go. So until next time, this is Dave signing off. Take care, have a good Christmas. Cheerio.